Hello and welcome. Today, we're going to explore a fascinating and, at times, disturbing intersection, the relationship between mathematics, power, and control. We'll be drawing inspiration from the work of Michel Foucault, a philosopher who profoundly impacted our understanding of how power operates in modern society. Foucault argued that power isn't just something held by governments or institutions, it's diffused throughout society, operating through various discourses and practices. And one of the most potent tools of modern power, often overlooked, is mathematics. Now we tend to think of mathematics as objective, neutral, and apolitical. Numbers don't lie, right? But Foucault would challenge that assumption. He'd argue that the way we use mathematics, the way we quantify and categorize the world, is deeply intertwined with power relations. Consider the rise of statistics. Statistics, at its core, is about collecting, analyzing, and interpreting data about populations. This seemingly neutral activity has profound implications for how we understand and govern society. Foucault, in his work on biopower, described how modern states increasingly govern populations through statistical knowledge. Things like birth rates, death rates, disease prevalence, crime rates, all of these become objects of mathematical analysis and, consequently, objects of control. Think about how algorithms, which are essentially mathematical formulas, are used today. They determine who gets a loan, who gets into college, who gets targeted for advertising, even who gets flagged as a potential criminal. These algorithms are often presented as objective and unbiased, but they are built on data that reflects existing social inequalities, and they can perpetuate and even amplify those inequalities. This is what Foucault called power knowledge. Knowledge is never separate from power, it's always productive of power. The way we categorize and quantify the world shapes how we understand it, and that understanding, in turn, shapes how we act upon it. Consider the concept of the norm. Statistical analysis often focuses on averages and deviations from the average. This creates a notion of what is normal, and, by implication, what is abnormal. This can lead to the normalization of certain behaviors and the pathologization of others. Think about how mental health diagnoses, often based on statistical criteria, can be used to categorize and control individuals. Foucault also wrote about the panopticon, a prison design where inmates are constantly under the potential for surveillance, even if they can't see whether they're being watched at any given moment. This creates a system of self-discipline, where individuals internalize the gaze of power. We can see a parallel in today's digital world, where our data is constantly being collected, analyzed, and used to predict and influence our behavior. We are, in a sense, living in a kind of digital panopticon, where the mathematical gaze of algorithms is always potentially upon us. So, mathematics is not just a neutral tool, it's an instrument of power. It shapes how we understand the world, how we categorize individuals, and how we govern populations. By understanding Foucault's insights, we can begin to critically examine the ways in which mathematics is used to exert control and to challenge the notion that numbers are always objective and unbiased. What are your thoughts? How do you see mathematics being used as a tool of power in our society? Share your perspectives in the comments. And if this video has prompted you to think critically about the relationship between numbers and power, please like, subscribe, and share it widely. Thanks for watching.